New Year is just around the corner. Before you decide on another New Year's resolution for 2021, do watch this video till end as I intend to answer why New Year's resolution do not work for everyone and how to make it work. Atomic Habits by James Clear is one of the most significant and insightful books detailing the process of habit formation. The book also serves to be an excellent practical guide to build positive habits, break negative habits, and make beneficial habits stick. Let's first understand what is meant by atomic habits. Importance of 1% improvement. British professional cycling team's performance for nearly 100 years from 1908 to 2003 had been lackluster. They had won just one gold medal in Olympics and fared even worse in Tour de France, not winning a single medal in cycling's biggest race. Their performance was so underwhelming that a certain bike manufacturing company in Europe refused to provide bikes to them for the fear of negative brand association impact. Then came the turning point for the cycling team when Dave Brailsford was hired as the performance director for the team. He made numerous small changes in everything and anything that impacted the sport. The bike seats were redesigned to make them more comfortable. Alcohol was rubbed on tires for a better grip. Riders were asked to wear electrically heated overshorts to maintain ideal muscle temperature while riding. Brailsford continued to find 1% improvement in overlooked and unexpected areas. This practice of finding small 1% improvement in many areas is called aggregation of marginal gains. The whole principle came from the idea that if you broke down everything you could think of that goes into riding a bike and then improve it by 1%, you will get a significant increase when you put them all together. The results came fast and were astounding. Within 5 years, these improvements started showing results, and the British cycling team dominated the road and track cycling events at the 2008 Olympic Games in Beijing. There, they won an outstanding 60% of gold medals available. 4 years later, at London Olympics, the British team did even better as they set 9 Olympic records and 7 world records. Between 2012 to 2017, British team won 5 Tour de France races out of 6. This story debunks commonly accepted norm that remarkable results come from Herculean efforts and underscores the impact of small improvements accumulating over time, leading to remarkable results. Mathematically stating, by improving 1% daily in a particular habit, you will end up by being 37 times better in the chosen field in a year. Conversely, by getting 1% worse every day, will result to deterioration to 0 at the end of 365 days. While small changes are not noticeable at the beginning, but the compounding of same over time leads to remarkable success. Time magnifies difference between good and bad habits, leading ultimately to success or failure, depending on daily choices. This is what is meant by atomic habits. Small, tiny, insignificant looking changes which leads to great result over time. Sticking with habit for long enough to get visible benefits can be daunting, simply because initially the result of these small changes might not be visible. For example, a daily exercise routine of 15 to 20 minutes does not show immediate results and hence can be difficult to adhere to. However, the long-term benefits of same are undisputable. This period of invisible difference in the beginning of habit formation is called latent potential. Nature provides many examples of latent potential. A bamboo plant spreads its root underground for 5 years without any noticeable change on surface, and then suddenly in 5 weeks it shoots up to over 90 feet. Thus, it's important to ensure daily discipline to these tiny habits for the tipping scale to move in the desired direction over time. Before we set out to choose certain tasks as daily habit, it's important to understand Goldilocks rule, which states that peak motivation is experienced just when the task set has difficulty level set around edges of a person's potential. If a chosen task is too easy, boredom will set in, and if it's too challenging, one will not be motivated to try. Playing tennis with a child will lead to boredom, and playing tennis with Roger Federer will lead to certain defeat, and hence, in either scenarios, you will not be motivated. This book provides answer to an important question. What makes one person perform a task repeatedly over and over again, while another chooses to give up despite obvious benefit? Why is it that not everyone chooses to eat healthy, stay active, remain physically fit, and have financial discipline despite being aware of advantages of these habits? The answer lies in two parts: what you are trying to change and how you are trying to change. Let's first look at what to change, as change can occur at three levels. First is goal or outcome based, which also means what you get. Second is the system or process based, which basically means what you do. Third is identity or belief based, which means what you become. The biggest mistake most people make is they desire and focus only on goal or outcome based change. But setting goals alone does not change anything. Hence, making goals alone is useless as it does not necessitate any action. For example, everyone wants to be fit, but not everyone is fit. Everyone wants to be wealthy, but not everyone is wealthy. While goal-based thinking points towards right direction, it does little in terms of action. Focusing on process and systems, on the other hand, leads to change and get results. However, the result will not be lasting until the change has happened at identity level. There are plenitudes of examples of someone losing weight by following a diet plan, but relapsing to old habits soon to gain weight and get out of shape again. That's because the change has not occurred at belief or identity level. To understand this with another example, let's look at two people trying to quit smoking. When cigarette is offered to one, he says, "No thanks, I'm trying to quit," while the other will say, "Thanks, but I'm not a smoker." The former is working at process level and the latter at identity level. For any change to last and habit to stick, we must work at identity or beliefs level. Then work towards changing system and processes, which will ultimately lead to change in the outcome. So now that we've understood what to change, let's get into how habit is formed. Human brain constantly looks for ways to solving a problem with as little effort as possible. Thus, automating certain behaviors leads to freeing up of mental energy. Thereby, habit formation is a way to conserve mental energy needed to solve a task. A habit is formed when neurological loop of cue, craving, response, and reward is completed. A cue is a signal leading to craving, which further leads to response, finally resulting in reward. This continuous loop gets repeated several times, leading to automation of certain actions and thereby forming habits. For example, let's assume you walk back to home from office and on the way you see a donut shop. You are tempted to eat a donut, you buy one and eat. You feel full and happy. Walking back home daily gets associated with eating donuts every day and a habit is formed. Since all these steps are important to complete the neurological loop of habit formation, making each step effective can simplify habit formation. Conversely, making each step difficult will lead to giving up of an existing habit. The 4 steps of building effective habits. Step 1. Make cue obvious. Step 2. Make craving attractive. Step 3. Make actions easy. And the 4th step is make reward satisfying. Let's look at the first step. One way of making cue obvious is intention implementation. That is committing a time and place for doing an action daily. For example, I will do 10 push-ups at my home daily at 8 a.m. The second way is by habit stacking. This involves adding a habit that you intend to start right after an existing habit. For example, I will do 10 push-ups right after I finish brushing my teeth daily. The third and probably the most important way is by changing your environment. For example, if you are trying to inculcate a daily habit of drinking more water, you put a filled bottle of water on your workstation in office or put a bottle of water next to your TV watching sitting area. This will act as constant reminder for you to nudge towards the targeted action. Now let's look at the second step, which is making craving attractive. Temptation bundling is one way of doing same. Temptation bundling involves bundling a rewarding habit with one you are trying to inculcate. For example, you want to inculcate the habit of reading newspaper daily. You can bundle the same with the temptation of having coffee in the morning. Right after I finish reading newspaper, I will have my morning coffee. Over time, reading newspaper will become associated with the reward of having coffee. The other way of making craving attractive is by joining social groups where a particular habit you wish to inculcate is appreciated or rewarded. For example, bikers group for better fitness or readers group to improve reading skills. So now let's look at the third step, which is make it easy. It is natural to gravitate towards easiest possible solution to a given problem. Hence, to build a habit, one must try to make it easy and gradually take it to the next level. For example, if you intend to become a reader, start small with actions like reading one page daily. This will ensure that the mental effort taken is not very high and hence you will stick to the daily habit. Moving on to step 4, which is make reward satisfying. To ensure stickiness with a habit, it's important to make it immediately satisfying rather than waiting for long-term reward. What's noteworthy is that the reward should not be contradictory to the intended self-image. For example, you want to be fit and hence start running 2 kilometers daily. You may reward yourself with extra 30 minutes of TV time to relax yourself, or for every day run that you complete, you may credit your bank account with 100 rupees to accumulate money over time to gift yourself a better pair of running shoes. Or you can simply use a tracking app to track your progress to make it instantly gratifying. The reward, however, has to be consistent with the image you want to create for yourself. Thus, treating yourself with junk food for completing a run will not be a correct strategy. The converse of above strategies can be used to break a bad habit. For example, you want to give up smoking. Change the environment in a manner that finding a cigarette becomes difficult. So to conclude, small, tiny, consistent changes can lead to long-term habit formations by focusing on what and how to change. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. So now go ahead and make the New Year resolution with confidence of this newfound knowledge. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share for others to move from confusion to solution.